Let them speak. Review patterns 1 to 38. Please repeat or answer. What a big baby. Doesn't he spend a lot of time acting like a baby? Are the other people aware of him acting like a baby most of the time? Isn't it dangerous that he spends so much time acting like a child? What would you do to your child if they acted the way he does? Is this where they have to bring him when he needs to get more attention? Don't they want him to try to act more like a mature adult? Don't you wonder if he will ever be able to control his bad habits? Does the fact that he only thinks about himself get you mad? I bet that just as soon as he goes in there, that he'll be placing an order for an extra large sausage pizza. Will the people he's with do whatever he asks them to do? No matter how much he lies, they don't seem to be able to change him. If you were to meet him, what is the first thing that you would tell him to do? Would it be worth talking to his mother so that she could try to change him? Can't the people who are closest to him see what he's doing so wrong? Is there anything anyone can do to stop him from acting like a child? Why is it that they let him do what he keeps doing? Wasn't he told by his family that he should try to act more like an adult? Is there anything you know that he's good at doing? It doesn't seem to matter who talks to him. He doesn't appear to be willing to change. When you were bad as a child, what would your parents have done to you? Isn't it too bad that no one helps him to think of others first? Doesn't he care whether he hurts people that are less fortunate than himself? I don't get why so many people seem to like what he's doing. They must not see what I see. Do they ever have lovely kimonos? Where all is that style of dress worn the most? They must have gone to the same store to buy kimonos since they look so much alike. Do you have any idea whether they are sisters? What is it that they stopped to do? While you were taking this picture, were they aware of you doing it? Did you ask them if they dress this way wherever they end up going outside? Did they say this is all they tend to wear once they decide to go out to go for a walk? Although it looks like the beginning of fall there, did they say they like wearing these spring colors you see? Did they tell you how often they get to wear those beautiful kimonos? Is the woman holding the umbrella giving the other woman there something special? Is she going to be putting it in the purse that she's carrying? How long has it been since the leaves have begun falling from the trees? Have you been able to figure out who it is they're waiting for? If they don't happen to show up, are you going to be asking them to go out to have tea together? Do you think that they would be able to understand what you say? What would be the first thing that you would be interested in asking them about the kimonos they're wearing? Is that place ever scary? Was that house built in a place that you would live? Would you be interested in buying it if they happen to want to sell it? No matter how many times your friend asked you to visit them there, would you go there at night like that? I would be like there is no way that I would go there at night. Do you know anyone you go to school with that lives there? Even if I told you I would go with you, would you still not be willing to go? I don't care if you go with me. I still wouldn't go. I'm afraid some wild animal might attack me, so I definitely wouldn't go anywhere near there. If your friend that lives there were to invite you over to watch TV, wouldn't you try to go there? I don't see why it is that they haven't got any place to park a car near there. Have you got any idea how long ago that place was built? How can you tell that people have already walked up to the house you see there? They must not have had a driveway so that you could drive right up to the house. Don't you find it too dark there to go walking outside by yourself? Did you figure out if they had anything special in that building that's next to the house? What all is there to do once it begins snowing there in the winter? I doubt whether they come out much during the winter months. I have a feeling that no one goes to visit them at night in the winter. Was she the one that painted that? Has she spent a lot of time sitting there looking at that artwork? Was it done by somebody she knows? No matter how much I try, I'm not able to understand why it is that it's so unique. Do you see why they would have put this up so that people could see it? Is the fact that it's so simple also make you wonder why it is that people love looking at it? Is it something that you could have done? Did whoever did it put their name on it anywhere? Although you don't have any special training, would you have been able to do this? Does the person who made this paint as well as you? What is it that you would try to create if you were asked to make a piece of art? What piece of art do you have in your bedroom that you like looking at the most? Is it something someone gave you or something you bought? Is it something so important to you that you will keep it until you die? If you had bought that piece of art that you see in the photo, where would you have ended up putting it? Do you ever spend time playing basketball there? Why is it that no one is there playing? Don't you feel like going out to shoot some baskets now that you see no one is there? Don't you usually wind up beating whoever you play basketball with? Were the baskets put there so that kids studying at that school could use them? What happened to the basketball nets that used to be there? Were they stolen at the time no one was around? What would happen if you hit the wall after trying to make a basket? Wouldn't it be easy to get hurt there against the wall whenever kids play? Were they like, you've got to be careful when playing there? Could they have done anything different to make it safer to play there? Isn't it too bad that they didn't get to put the baskets more away from the wall? No matter how much you try to be careful, someone always seems to get hurt. Do you like the way they painted the wall? Do you like what he's wearing? Did you ask him if it was made in Cuba by hand? Is it something that you would wear? Do you know of anywhere where you can buy something like that? He must live in a place that is hot. Don't you wonder what it is that he does? Have you been able to figure out what he uses that pencil to do? Doesn't it seem like he's looking down at something he wrote? He must be using both of his hands to hold something else. Do you find it easy to correct mistakes once you've written down things in pencil? Did your mother used to tell you to never put a pencil like the one you see here in your mouth? What would happen if he happened to bite down too hard on the pencil? How long has it been since you used a pencil instead of using a pen? Isn't it best to use a pencil while you're doing math problems? Were you ever good at doing math in school? Is it something that you had a lot of trouble doing well? Don't you wish you were better at doing math? Are your friends aware of the fact that you aren't so good in math? Was that given to you to drink by someone you know? Is that something you would drink? Is that all you like drinking once it gets really hot outside? Is it something people tend to drink more at night or during the day? Why is it that they put the lemon where you see it? Do you have them put a lemon slice on the things you drink? Do you ever see people drinking cocktails with a straw like this? Do you end up spending a lot of time drinking cocktails on the weekends? Do you find it better to drink than having a beer? If you were to invite me to go out drinking, what would you buy for me to drink? Is what you see on the left something that they would have put in that drink? How can you tell it isn't something that you would put in that drink they have there? Doesn't the fact that it is an aftershave bottle mean that they wouldn't have put it in the drink? What would happen if you happened to drink something that they put aftershave in? Do you have any friends that use the aftershave you see in the photo? Is it something you put on wherever you go? Is what they're doing dangerous? Is this something that you would be willing to do if you had to? No matter how poor I was, I would never think of doing this. They must be desperate. I feel so sorry for them. Do they spend all day doing this as long as the weather is nice? Isn't it too bad they've got to do this so that they can live? Have they been able to find what they've been looking for? Are the empty bottles that had water in them something that they're going to be picking up? What about all of that paper that's laying around? Are they trying to find whatever they think they can make money from? What all could they find that they would What all could they find that would be worth a lot of money? Aren't you glad that you won't have to do what they need to do to live? Are they going to go into the middle to look for things right after that guy moves the big board away? Does the fact that it is so dangerous to be there keep them from coming back to work every day? Do I ever feel like having one of those now? Once she finishes eating the first cone, will she begin eating the other one you see her holding? Will she be giving the other cone she has to someone that she came with? How long will it take for the ice cream to start melting onto her hand? Will what she's having melt slower if she keeps walking in the shade? Is there anything else that would make a kid happier? Did you ask her if she is the one that paid for both of those ice cream cones? Isn't the lady walking next to her the one that bought the ice cream that she's eating? How much do you think they had to pay for one of the ice cream cones? Do you even enjoy eating ice cream, no matter how cold it is where you live? Is there something else that you would prefer eating besides having ice cream? Is the same ice cream they're eating sold in a store near where you live? If I were to bring you to have some ice cream, which flavor is the one that you would feel like ordering the most? Is that what you usually end up ordering whenever you go to eat an ice cream cone? Don't you wish you had some of it to eat now that we're talking about it? Will it make you fat if you eat too much of it? I don't care if I gain some weight, since I love eating ice cream. How often do you end up ordering a double scoop of ice cream? I'm afraid I might get fat, so I try not to eat it as often as I would like to. It's too bad that I'm not able to control myself well. Is he someone that you'd like to talk to? Were you able to find out why he seems to look so tired? Was he like he had trouble sleeping at night? I wonder if there is anything I could give him that would help him to sleep. Would he try whatever you suggest so that he could sleep well at night? What is it that helps you to go to sleep quickly whenever you go to bed? Does the fact that he has a lot to worry about keep him from sleeping well? Did he say he did something wrong which is bothering him? Isn't that why he has difficulty getting to sleep? I bet that if he could talk about it with his friends, that he would be able to feel better. Did you ask him how long it usually takes him to get to sleep at night? What happens if he can't get to sleep? Is there something that he can take which helps him to get to sleep? Would you be willing to take anything to go to sleep if you had a hard time sleeping? Did you tell him that he should go to see a doctor in order to get help if he continues to have this problem? Was he like, it doesn't matter what he takes, it still doesn't seem to help? I doubt if the two girls sitting there have any idea who the guy sitting there is. Have the girls finished eating what they bought? What are they looking at the older guy sitting there for? Do they spend time there every morning watching people go by while they have something to eat? Is the old guy sitting there aware of the girls staring at him? Is anyone able to sit there even if you don't buy something to eat or drink at that place? Don't you wonder whether the coffee they make there is better than what you make at home? What all do they try to sell there besides just offering drinks? If it were a sunny day in the summer, do you think there would be more people sitting out there? Whoever he's waiting for must be late. Do you think they'll show up right after he's finished drinking what he bought? Once they come, will he be leaving to see something with them? Are the girls sitting there going to keep waiting until when the person meeting him comes? Would I ever like to have a smoothie to drink now? Doesn't it seem like this is something that he's done 1,000 times? All he does is make this for anyone that wants to buy it all day. Is it something you've tried? Is he there making this every day just as soon as the market is opened? Will he try making that drink however you ask him to? Is he like he'll make it however you want him to do it? Does he care if people want him to make it sweeter or not? Would he make it sweeter if you wanted him to do it? Do you find it tastes better hot when you have it to drink? Is that how you're used to mixing things you make to drink at home? Is there a machine that he could buy that would mix things better than the way he's doing it now? Have you seen where he has spilled some of what he's making? Is this something you would like to try to drink? Are you aware of what it is that he used to make that drink? Can you see people making this wherever you go while you're in India? Where else would you be able to get this besides India? Which one of the pots seems to have the drink he's ready to serve to people who want to buy some now? I'm sure he must have a lot of customers since he has made a lot of what he sells. It doesn't matter what day you come to get some, he's always there making it. Is there any way you could make him smile? The guy kissing the bride must be her father. Is that ever touching? Have you been able to figure out if all of the women standing beside her are from her family? How come the guy she's about to marry doesn't seem to be showing any emotion? I wonder if he gets along well with her father that well. Is the fact that she is so emotional make the guy she's about to marry want to start crying? Is there anything he can do to help her? Have you got any idea how long it's been since they first met? I'm sure once they finish celebrating, everyone should feel a lot more relaxed. I hope that they live many happy years together. Thank you.